everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Liz and I'm back with another video for you guys today. In my last video I said that I was going to do an everyday makeup look, so this is that for you guys. This is that for you guys. I hope that you guys enjoy this video, enjoy the look. This is something that you can do whether you're going to do road, you're going to school, or you're just trying to look cute. So I hope that you guys learn from this video, learn how to highlight, contour, and so many other different tips. This is an affordable video for you guys, so you know that you don't gotta be worried about breaking your pocket. Hope that you guys enjoy. Let's get into the video. Alright, so I've already done my eyebrows, as you can tell, and we're gonna start off with concealing all the dark spots on the face and my dark circles under my eyes. So I'm gonna take my LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Chestnut, and I'm gonna go and conceal under my eyes and the dark spots on my face. If you have, you can also use a color corrector to cover dark spots on your face. You can also mix it with your concealer. Oh, and before you do this process, you have to make sure that you prime it and moisturize your face, which I already did before. This step isn't necessary, but around my mouth is kind of dark, so that's why I do this step. But you don't have to do it if you don't want to, or if you don't need to. So I'm just gonna take my finger and pat this in. Guys, your fingers are really your best friends. Like when you're doing makeup, if you don't have a brush or a sponge or anything like that, you can always use your fingers. Always count on your fingers because your fingers are warm, so it's really good for blending products like this. Don't ever do it in a circular motion, always do it in a patting motion. Because when you do it in a circular motion, all it does is spread the product. When you pat it in, it actually helps it to really set in. So you see that when you use a concealer that's the same complexion, the same color as your skin tone, it blends in nicely with your face. So I'm gonna take my MAC Prep Plus Prime spray and I'm gonna spray it on my face to prime my face before I apply any foundation. I'm also going to use this and just use my beauty blender while my face is damp from the spray to just blend in the concealer properly. Okay, so now that I'm done putting on the concealer over all of my dark spots and under my eyes for my dark circles, this is a step that not many people know about, but I do this step personally because I have oily skin. If you have oily skin, this step will be great for you. It is to take the powder, whether it's finishing powder, setting powder, or just regular loose face powder, put it over your face before you apply your foundation to create like it's like the underwear for your face. Like the foundation is the clothes and this is the underwear. Like it just works. So I'm gonna use my airspun setting powder And I'm just gonna take a little bit, take off all the excess, and I'm just gonna take it and put it all over my face, especially areas where I get really oily, like my nose, my forehead, chin. So now we're ready to apply our concealer. Not concealer, foundation. So I'm going to keep it affordable and use my e.l.f. Full Coverage Flawless Finish Foundation. And I'm going to shake it properly. This is a thick foundation. Sometimes it takes a really long time to come outside. Just open it and put it onto my hand. So again, I'm going to take my finger and I'm just going to put this onto my face. Try not to use too much foundation, especially during the time when it's hot. Like now, for in the States, it's getting cold. But if you're in like the islands or somewhere where it's hot, it would best not to use a lot of foundation, because when you start sweating, it's not going to be cool. So you take the foundation and you put it all over your face. Okay, so when you're done with this, I'm gonna take my beauty blender and I'm just gonna, my damp beauty blender. Make sure that your beauty blender is damp because it makes it way easier to blend your products. And I'm just gonna let it off. You can either use a beauty blender, you can use a makeup sponge, you can use your brush, whatever is best for you. Just make sure that you're patting and not pulling. And guys, you see how I go down the side of my neck? Always make sure that when you put it on your foundation, you go bring it down onto your neck. Whether you match your foundation on your neck or what, it doesn't matter. Because you want your face to be the same color as your neck. Not like those people who have foundation stopping right here, then face brown and them neck black. No. No. Shout out to all my natural sisters, by the way. Going back natural is probably one of the hardest processes ever for me, because it's like it took a lot out of me, but it's fun being natural. You get to do all sorts of different stuff with your hair that you wouldn't have been able to do otherwise. So then the next step is to take a concealer that is lighter than your complexion. We're moving on to the highlighting process. So this is the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Fawn. I'm just gonna take some of this, squeeze it out. Mine is kind of mushy, and apply it. For different facial shapes, you have different ways of highlighting and contouring. So this would be perfect if you have a round face or a face that's like a shape that's close to mine, or a heart shape like mine. This one would be perfect for you. Make sure that when you're applying your concealer, you don't allow it to stay on for too long, because when it dries, there's no coming back from it. When it dries and you don't get to blend it out, you're gonna have to start over. Some people, when they're highlighting, they apply the highlight to their chin. as I said, different highlight routines for different facial shapes. For me, with the way how my chin is elongated a bit, so when I put on the highlight, it just highlights it basically. It makes it look even longer. So I skip that whole step. Okay, so now that we're finished highlighting our face, I'm going to take my MAC Prep Plus Prime spray again, and I'm going to spray my face 3 times just to get it moist. I'm going to take my beauty blender, the flat side. If you don't have a flat side to your beauty blender, you can use the pointy side, but I'm going to take the flat side and I'm just going to blend all of this in. So remember I said that when you're blending, it's going to move. I take my concealer around like this so that it doesn't have a line left right here. When you use your finger, again, when you use your finger to blend this part out, it actually makes it look more natural. So use your finger and you blend it first, and then you take the beauty blender, makeup sponge or your brush, and you just smooth it out. Go back with the part of the sponge that you use for your foundation and you do it around the edges, just to make sure that everything is completely blended and natural looking. Okay, so now that we're finished with all of the highlighting with our concealer, next we're going to move on to setting the highlight. Setting the concealer. This is very important. Set your concealer, because if you don't set your concealer, as I said before, however you leave it, that's what it's going to be. So if you don't set your concealer, it's just going to be a complete mess. And however it is, like if it's like this right now, this is how it's going to look for the rest of the night. Your face is going to be oily and it's going to cake up. So many things are going to happen. So you have to set your concealer, guys. So to set my concealer, first I'm going to make sure everything is completely blended. Go through it one last time, because as I said, how you set it, that's how it stays. So make sure everything is blended one last time. And then I'm going to use my Sacha Buttercup setting powder. And I'm going to take a makeup sponge. These you can get anywhere. You can get it at a beauty supply store, anywhere, that on Amazon for like $2 for a pack of 100. So I'm going to dip it in my setting powder and press it in under my hand. When you're using setting powder, you can't allow it to stay on for too long, because especially when you're going out at night time, you're gonna get flashback in your pictures if you let it stay on for too long. You're also gonna get flashback if you don't set your concealer. So make sure you set it on. So make sure you set your concealer. Go ahead again. You use the baking method when you're going to be on the road for a long time, or you're going out in the night and you want to stay completely matte for the entire time. That is when you would bake. And remember, don't let it stay on for too long. Don't use any white. If you're a dark skin like me, don't use a white setting powder. Use a translucent setting powder, or this setting powder, or the new Sacha setting powder. But do not use a white setting powder. Okay, just gonna look like one duppy by the end of the night. Alright, I also take my setting powder and I put it on my chin and around my mouth. When you put the setting powder around your mouth, this helps to prevent any lash lines from showing up. Okay, so while we're gonna allow this to bake, I'm going to start the contouring process. So realize that I didn't use liquid, I didn't use a cream contour because it's just a regular look. It's just a simple everyday on the road. If you're in a rush, you can do this look. If you're just on the road or you're just going to go to school or whatever, you can do this look. So you don't have to be doing the long process of using the cream contour, because you're still gonna have to set it with a powder contour either way you take it. So for the cream contour, I'm gonna use my e.l.f. bronzer palette. Let me show you guys the colors. So this is a highlight, these are contour colors, and this is like a setting color. The setting color, like the bronzer color, I'm going to use that to take off my setting powder, but I'm going to use this one down here, the contour powder, for contouring the sides of my face and my forehead. So I'm going to take my contour brush and not using too much. Again, every contour is different for everybody. If you have a different face shape, the contour will be different for you, or however you want to look. So if you want your cheeks to be like, if you want your cheek to be high, then you could carry the powder around like this. But if you want that chisel, like a Rihanna chisel look, you bring it straight down. And always bring your contour up so that it has that chiseled effect. It has that depth right here. If you bring it down, it's just gonna look flat. When you bring it up, it has a depth right here. You realize where I'm taking it down like this? So I said to go up right here to get the definition right here. So you take it down here. If you have a fat neck or a double chin or whatever, you take it down so that it gives the definition here, like a chiseled jawline. If you want, I'm going to show you guys how to get it looking neat and straight. So you're going to go back in with the same concealer that you used in the first step to cover your dark circles. So that's the, for me, LA Girl Pro Concealer in Chestnut. You're gonna take that concealer and you're gonna, not a lot, even this is too much. So you're gonna take a small amount of the concealer and you're gonna bring it down the side of your face. Not all the way down, but I'll show you guys. Alright, so of course when we're done with this part, we're going to have to set the concealer right here. I was saying the other day that I'm going to start going on the road like this. Alright, so while that is setting down here, we're not gonna leave it for too long because we don't want it to be harsh. So I'm gonna take off the top part of my face, the setting powder. So I'm gonna use the bronzer in the e.l.f. palette so that it gives my face a warm look, and we're just gonna brush it off. You have to make sure that you do it properly and you get it blended so that there's no harsh line right here. Okay, now I'm gonna take a small eyeshadow brush. This could be used as an eyeshadow brush or a contouring brush, it doesn't matter. And I'm gonna dip it a small amount in my contour powder. You don't want too much because you don't want your nose contour to look too harsh. And I'm just going to contour the sides of my nose. When you're contouring your nose, make sure that you take it down the sides of your nose and you take it up under your eyebrows and blend it around so that it creates that shadow and it gives you a natural look. Alright guys, so now that we're finished with the nose contour, finished with contouring the sides of the face, setting under the eyes and setting under our contour, we're going to go in with some blush. So I'm going to be using my Morphe 9N blush palette. These are the colors, guys. And I'm going to be taking this color right here and my blush brush, dip a small amount in there, that's off the excess. And I'm gonna smile because when you put it on your blush, the best way to do it is to smile and do the apple of your cheek and then carry up, so around and up. You don't want to have on a blush that's too light because you're gonna look like a clown. Plain and straight, you're gonna look like a clown. But when you have on the perfect shade of blush, it just helps to give your face a little bit of color so it looks like you're blushing, but also to help to warm up your face as well as the bronzer and the contour. So I'm going to take my BH Cosmetics Wild and Radiant highlight. These are the colors of the highlight and they're really, really good. And I'm going to take the rose gold and the regular gold color. Use my brush that I use for my highlight. It's a flat brush. I'm just going to highlight the highest points of my face. Before we apply the setting powder, the setting spray to finish off the entire look, I'm going to do my lashes with some mascara and I'm going to line the waterline of my eyes. With using the mascara for your lashes, it helps to open up your eyes and make them look more awake. So I'm going to take my Covergirl Full Lash Bloom mascara. But first, I'm going to curl my lashes with my lash curler. When you're using a lash curler, you look down. Make sure that it's in a comfortable place. 1, 2, 3, that's it. And then for the last step, which is to line under my eyes in my waterline, I'm going to take my Maybelline Eye Studio Gel Liner and I'm going to take an angled brush. You can either use an angled brush or you can use an eyeliner brush, whichever one is best for you. I'm gonna use my angle brush and I'm just gonna line the waterline of my eye. Alright guys, so I have my lips done, I have my face done. So the final step, which is also one of the most important steps, crucial step when you're doing makeup, is to set the entire face. So I'm going to be using my Bobbi Brown setting spray. Shake it up. You don't have to be extra like me. You can spray it just 3 times, but I like to make sure that I get everything sprayed. Hold it from a distance and you spray your face. Alright guys, so this is the end of this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it, and remember to like and subscribe to my channel for more videos to come. If you have anything that you want to say about any products that you use that you want anybody else to know about, or anything that you want me to do in another video, just comment it down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.